Bubba Wallace may have just created the most controversial moment of the 2026 NASCAR season, and fans are still arguing about it. What happened at Martinsville didn't just shake up one race, it may have changed the entire trajectory of his season. And the biggest problem? Almost nobody believes his side of the story. Let's break it all down. It all went down at Martinsville Speedway, one of the toughest and most unforgiving short tracks in NASCAR. Tight corners, constant pressure, and zero room for mistakes. On that day, one driver was quietly putting together an impressive performance, Carson Hocevar. The young driver came into the race with something to prove, and for most of the day, he delivered. He stayed competitive, kept his car clean, and remained firmly in the mix. Everything was going right for him. But for Bubba Wallace, it was the complete opposite story. Coming into the race, Wallace was sitting near the top of the standings and had shown serious speed in practice. Expectations were high, but once the race started, that speed disappeared. Instead of fighting at the front, he was stuck in the middle of the pack, unable to make progress, and as the laps went on, the frustration started to build. Then came the moment that changed everything. Late in the race, after a restart, Hocevar made an aggressive move. He went 3 wide into the corner and managed to get past Wallace cleanly. It was bold, risky, but completely within the rules. Still, it clearly didn't sit well. Just 1 lap later, Wallace made his response. Heading into the next corner, he drove hard into the back of Hocevar. Not once, but multiple times. It wasn't a light tap. It was forceful, aggressive, and impossible to ignore. Within seconds, Hocevar lost control. His car spun into the path of traffic, and suddenly, the entire race descended into chaos. Cars collided, drivers had nowhere to go, and a massive wreck unfolded right in front of the field. In an instant, multiple drivers were taken out, and the race was completely turned upside down. And here's the twist. Wallace didn't escape it either. His own car was destroyed in the crash he helped create. His race was over, just like that. Meanwhile, Hocevar managed to recover and keep going, salvaging what he could from the situation. After the race, all eyes were on Wallace. When asked about the incident, he claimed it was a mistake, a misjudgment in the corner. He admitted he was frustrated, but insisted he never intended to spin Hocevar. But the reaction from the NASCAR world told a very different story. Analysts, former drivers, and insiders quickly weighed in, and many weren't convinced. Some believed the move was intentional, driven by frustration after being passed. Others said it was a classic example of emotions taking over in the heat of the moment. Even voices close to the situation admitted it looked bad. The general consensus? This didn't feel like a simple racing incident, and the consequences were massive. Wallace didn't just lose the race, he lost valuable points in the standings, dropping significantly at a time when consistency matters more than ever. In a championship battle, moments like this can define an entire season. What makes it even more concerning is that this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Critics were quick to point out previous incidents where frustration got the better of him. And now, the same questions are being asked again. Is this just racing intensity or a pattern? Despite all the backlash, NASCAR chose not to issue any penalties. No fines, no suspensions, nothing. And that decision has only made the situation more controversial. Fans are divided. Some believe it was just hard racing. Others think he got away with something much bigger. Now, all eyes are on the next race. Because in NASCAR, nothing stays forgotten for long, especially on short tracks where tempers run high and payback is always a possibility. For Bubba Wallace, the pressure is higher than ever. He doesn't just need a good finish, he needs to prove that this moment doesn't define him. Because if something like this happens again, it won't just hurt his season, it could cost him everything. And for everyone watching, one question still remains. Was it really a mistake? Or did we just witness a moment of frustration that went too far?